What's going on, guys? Pronto here, coming at you with a little short video here. A couple of people have been asking me what sliders do I use for my Madden 13 Connected Careers franchise featuring the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So basically, I'm going to go through this slider set, and some of the things will be subject to change, and I'll update you guys in the next Connected Careers franchise episodes if I do any changes to it. But even though they have changed how the CPU plays now in Connected Careers mode, it's much more like Play Now. It might even be identical. I don't know. I think these sliders will still work because they are pretty much my custom set. I have followed a couple things from other slider sets, but nothing is a slider set that is specifically from Operation Sports. I just took pieces of other people's slider sets, combine them together to get the perfect play experience for myself. So just the normal stuff here, you can see All-Madden skill level, 12-minute long quarter length, 15 minimum play clock time. That gives you, normally you'll get around 120 plays per game with that, so that works out pretty good. Game speed, you want it slow. Every 4 weeks progression, that doesn't matter much. Basically, all this stuff does not even matter. Auto strafe, I go with off because I like to strafe myself. Auto sprint, I like to have that on. And the rest of the stuff there, if you wanted to know, there it is. Now we get into the sliders. Here you go. So for the player skill, QB accuracy set at 24. Pass blocking is at a 30. I think it gives you some pressure on you, but they're not sacking you all the time. So I like where it's at right there with 30. Wide receiver catching is a 49. I think that's right where it should be at. I see some drop balls, especially if you get some contact in there. Broken tackles is at a 50. That works out pretty well for the user side. The CPU, we'll see. I haven't really played a game with the new update, I believe. I might have played one. But I know the CPU is breaking lots of tackles, so the CPU's broken tackles might change. Run blocking, 27. That seems to work out well. You don't get too many big runs, but once in a while a hole will open up and you'll get a big bust. Like I'm talking like 80-yard runs. Those usually don't happen, but they'll happen around once in a while. Fumbles here at a 25. That works out pretty well. There isn't that many fumbles going on in the game, but there's a few, and when you get hit hard, you're going to fumble the ball. I like how it's set. Pass defense reaction time set at a 50 because the defense wasn't doing too well. I believe other slider sets had this like at 0 or like at 30, and my defense was just horrible. Interceptions, you got those at a 40. You don't want them picking them off every single time, but when they're wide open, they're not going to drop it. Pass rush is at a 0 actually. Rush defense reaction times at a 0. Block shedding, that's kind of to help the run game of the CPU, so that might be changing as well. Block shedding's at a 0, might be changing as well. Who knows how the CPU is going to run, but right now it's going to be at 0. Tackling's at a 0, so if they are breaking lots of tackles when you play with this slider set, turn up your tackling, maybe turn down their broken tackles a bit more, but I like tackling at a 0. It gives some organic tackles. So their QB accuracy is at a 40. There's a few overthrown balls, but not too many. And pass blocking wise, 30. I believe that's the same as the user skill on ours. Wide receiver catching is at a 49 for them. Broken tackles, theirs is only at a 50. I forgot about that. It's the same as the player skills, so that should be fine now. Depending on how they adjust it. So run blocking for them was at a 60. That might have to go a little lower. We'll see if they bust out any big gains on us. But with this set that I played with before, they never took a big run for more than 20 yards. There was no 20-plus run gains ever, I don't think. Maybe 1 or 2 in the 8 games that I played. So I think that'll be fine where it's at. Fumbles that are 60, they don't actually happen that often with it at a 60, but if they're happening often, you're getting a lot of fumble recoveries, a lot of forced fumbles, make sure to change that down, probably to 50. Pass defense reaction time for them is a 50 as well. Interceptions is at a 40, so they don't pick everyone off, but they pick off the open ones. Their pass rush is at a 15. I think I like where that's at. If you're getting rushed a bit too much, lower that down to a 0, or maybe a 10, maybe a 5, and that should work for you. Rush defense reaction time is at a 30. That, once again, if you're having trouble on the run, maybe lower these two right here. Maybe lower those two. Tackling wise, it's going to be at a 50 for them, not a 0. And I think I like where that's at. You don't break too many tackles, but you do break the odd tackle. Field goal power, all this stuff, other than punt accuracy, I kind of followed, I think it was Jared21 slider set, had punt accuracy at 100. I believe he had field goal accuracy at 100 or field goal power down to 45. But I like these where they're all set. Punt accuracy, I just put that at 100. I felt that it worked out pretty well. You know, you can get some coffin corner kicks once in a while. Injuries at a 45, that works out pretty well. Not too many injuries. Like in Madden 12, I had way too many injuries. Fatigue is set at a 65. And minimum player speed threshold, that's really important. I like it at a 30. I think somebody did some stats, and they actually timed 40-yard dashes and measured them to the real NFL players' 40-yard dash times, and they came up with 30 to be the best speed threshold mark. So I would really suggest trying that 30 out. You know, if you're playing on one where it's at 0, you give it to Devin Hester, he just burns past everyone. And I know he's fast, but sometimes you got to have guys cutting him off, and they'll eventually get to him here. If they take a good cutoff, they'll get to him with 30. So here we go, penalties. I'm just going to scroll through these. You can see them for yourself. Not much to explain with these. Face masks do get called a bit too often, so you can lower that if you feel like it. All that stuff. Not too many penalties are called other than that face mask call. Then we got to go from here to auto subs, which would be in our strategy. Hopefully I didn't show how our last game went, because I played our last game, and I'll have to review the footage to make sure no hints were given away of how we played in our last game, like the score wasn't given away. We played the Raiders, by the way. So QB sub in here is at a 50, at a 40. I'm just going to go through these real quick actually for you. I think these ones work pretty well. You can adjust them to your liking. 90 to an 86, 70 to 65, 50 to 40, 50 to 40. So that was offense. You can slow down that video. You can pause it whenever you like to make sure you get everything you need. 84, 80, 84, 80, same right there. 70 to 65, 55 to 50, and 65 to 60 for the safeties. That's going to be it, guys. Thank you for watching. That was my slider set. Hope you guys try this out, and hopefully it works well for you. I like this slider set a lot, and hopefully it plays well on the new patch. But anyways, that'll be it for the video. Thank you for watching again. I will see you in the next video. Until then, peace out.